Good morning, lovely people. How are you all doing today? I hope you are well. Oh, wriggle. Chair was on a wonk. Yeah, I hope you are well. I ache from head to toe still, and I'm quite tired, but I'm really well. Today is the beginning of day 4 for me. So I had half of Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, so I've had 3.5 days in here so far. This morning it's Tuesday. You're obviously going to see a lot of videos. They're going to be like maybe a week, 2 weeks after they've happened, just because there's a lot happening at the moment. I want to share a lot with you. Anyway, yes, the point is I've been here for 3.5 days. And I thought I'll give you a little update, show you where I've got to. And then the first thing this morning is I've got my appliances. Yay! So I think it was quite late on Sunday afternoon. On the Sunday. It doesn't matter which Sunday. Don't get too focused on which day, which dates. It's okay. It's all just one life. Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock or so, I suddenly thought, oh, get ordering your appliances, because you don't know what the lead-in time is going to be. It could be a week. And I have to say, by Sunday I was getting a bit fed up with eating sort of shop-made stuff. I want my own food again. But anyway, go online to do my order, and I can get next day delivery. Fantastic. But there was something else, there was something specific I wanted to mention about it. I made a note here. So I got my appliances. So I bought a fridge freezer, I'll show you in a second, a fridge freezer and a washing machine. And I bought them from AO, which I know a lot of you know. And AO is the company who delivered my appliances in London. They're the only company that would tackle those stairs. So I feel a huge debt of gratitude towards them. And they get my loyalty because of that. And, you know, so far so good. I've not had any issues with them. So that's what was it in London? It was the fridge and freezer separately, but the stairs. Now, after I'd bought those things, one of the fitters told me about this AO membership scheme they have, and he said because I was talking about moving. So I'm going to mention it today for any of you who think you might be buying at least one. I think it probably works out if you buy at least 2 appliances, then it works out as being worth it. They have this membership scheme. I can't remember what the membership is called, but it's really obvious on the website. It costs £40 for the year, $39.99, call it £40. So it's quite a lot. However, with that, you get free delivery, you get free rubbish removal, you get free recycling of your old appliance. So suddenly, if you remember with my London appliances, I think each one of them, there was an extra 150 quid on top of the appliance price to cover all those bits and pieces. Bonkers. So yeah, I did all my basket first, my stuff, and then I did the membership, and it immediately applied all the kind of free stuff and the discounted stuff. They also have quite a large selection of their appliances and bits and bobs. They have a members only discount section where you can look at a fridge freezer, and if you're not a member it's £500, and if you are a member it's 475, and you might think, well, it's only 25 quid saving, but actually across all the different bits it soon adds up. So the membership cost 40, it saved £75. So in other words, my net saving was 35 quid. I am not going to sniff at a 35 quid saving. And again, there are some folk you might think, well, that's not much, but actually 35 quid here, there, it all adds up. And that's the thing about, you know, being so frugal is I do take notice of, you know, a fiver here, a tenner there, 35 quid, whatever it is. And that's how I end up being able to afford to move, because I look after those pennies. So at the same time, just quickly on this, and then I'm going to just give you a quick look around, see where I've got to. I also have ordered my sofa, so there's more room for everybody to come and sit on it with me. And yeah, the sofa, it's quite an expensive one, but there was £400 off. I'd kind of seen it, bookmarked it, and thought, I think that's the one for me when I was still in London. And I went to look at it at the weekend when I was doing my fridge and freezer purchasing, and the offer on it was finishing, I think it was in a week's time. So I thought, you know what, I keep coming back to this same sofa over and over again. There's 400 quid off at the moment. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So for everything I'm going to do here, whether it's furniture, whether it's building work, whether it's decorating, whether it's decorating, I was going to say decoration, but it's, decorating. For everything I'm going to do, I've got a budget for it. I've written down my top price that I can pay for that thing. I've totaled it all up, and I've got a budget for everything. So I was delighted with the sofa, which was a bit more expensive. I wanted to get something cheaper, however, it still was within budget. And if it hadn't had that offer on, it would have been out of budget for me. I would have had to walk past it. So anyway, yeah, so far with the sofa and the two appliances, I am £65 under budget. Yay! Oh, actually, but I haven't. Have I included that £35 AO saving? I think that includes the £35 AO saving. But yeah, look, I'm £65 under budget across those three items. I really didn't expect to get under budget because I'd given them all a really tight budget anyway. In fact, I was thinking that I might have to go over budget. But anyway, I didn't. I've stayed on budget. I've stayed just under budget. And I have to say, the appliance delivery, oh my God, what a dream. What a dream after London. Look, a couple of things made it a dream. One, they're not integrated appliances. You just kind of slide them to the wall and you're done. Unlike in London, where they've got to take off the door panel, they've got to wiggle out the old item, wiggle the new one in, get it level, and also because it's within a run, they've got to be really accurate about getting it level in there, which is where the washing machine man failed, not AO. Then get the door back on and jiggle it, what a palaver. So they're not integrated here, which makes it easy. But of course, the stairs, no stairs. Oh my goodness, I didn't have any feelings of guilt towards my delivery people. It's like, yeah, this is easy breezy. Literally, they were here 5 minutes. Here 5 minutes. Take off the packaging. Actually, they took the packaging off outside in the street. Great, so I don't have any little bits of polystyrene everywhere. They took the packaging off, put it straight in the back of their truck, wheeled the appliances in, popped them in the kitchen. They have to plug them both in. Yep, the lights are on, it's working. Bye! And that was it. Oh, what an easy breezy dream. Did I want to say anything else? So yeah, I was delighted to get next day delivery because I was really starting to want/need the fridge. The washing machine, there's a laundrette up the road, but it's like that. So I'm chuffed and set up. Let me show you, I'm going to give you a really quick look around this one to see where I'm up to so far. I thought we'd start from the back end of the flat this time. Oh, I've made this is my little mise-en-scène, my little fossil shrine, because there's no room in the bathroom for shelves or to put any of my lovely bits out. They've ended up here, but I think they look very happy together here on this windowsill. So the bathroom is unpacked and I am now moved in. That's mine. It was a 5 pebble day, do you remember? But yeah, there's nowhere to put anything other than, put it away. So I'm not a mad fan, but I thought, okay, well, they're soft clothes, you have to yank them open. so to sort of make the most of it. So that's my spare soap. Shampoo bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shampoo bars, all my deodorants and gifted hand creams. But yeah, it's not, yeah, I know some people go nuts about soft clothes, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, there's no room to put anything out, so all my pretty bits, they're either away or they've been moved elsewhere, such as there. But I think this is a lovely sight actually, when as you walk down the corridor, if you look up, it's like Stonehenge at 6 o'clock when the light comes through here and goes right up through the entire flat. So yes, as soon as I come in the front door, for example, I can see this all at the end, so that's nice. That's a little queue of things waiting to go into the garden. All my pebbles, my harvesting basket, I don't know how much I'll be harvesting. Oh, and this was a fab find. Oh, blah. This pot, beautiful pot, that was a present for my 30th birthday, and it was quite expensive. I think they're more common and cheaper nowadays, but anyway, in the charity shop, in my charity shop at home, back in London, I saw these 3. It's feet for the pot to just lift it off the floor to help it drain. They were 50p. I couldn't believe it. That's cheap as chips, isn't it, for their clay, and then glazed in the same blue. So yeah, that's a little queue of bits waiting to go outside. The queue at the door here the other day was massive because I have, for now, put all my gardening stuff in the outhouse. Just so long as I don't drill into or break the walls of the outhouse because of the question mark about asbestos, it'll be fine. So yeah, there were boxes and boxes. It's all gone out into the garden now. As has, can you see my chair? You can tell where the sun is most of the day, can't you? Or not? I just lifted the bird bath up with a brick, just so I can see it a bit better, and my little Clint statue from Richard and Paul that used to live in my herb garden. Right, anyway, moving on. 2 boxes left to do. The bottom one is a load of Kilner jars. The top one is, this is all my under sink cupboard from back in London, linens and stuff. So some of this is going to go in the kitchen, some of it is going to go in the hallway cupboard, and some of it's for the utility room. Now, I think this is my job for today. I'm going to enjoy this as well. So far, the utility room now houses, that's my drawers. I've got tools in there, manuals, bits and bobs. I have parcel tape, string, all the usual stuff that I always had in there is a utility room stuff, so it's perfect for here. My airing rack for when it's raining and I need to dry clothes indoors. Couple of trays, and that's a box of, this is all, I won't get it out, it's all preserving jars of some description, some little teeny tiny Kilners, right up to £1 jam or £1 jam jars. Obviously I now have my washing machine in, haven't tried it yet. I was given free with it, that's washing soap, that's conditioner, and that's so funny having, remember I was talking about all the unnecessary stuff for the washing. That's one of those scent boosters. So, you know what, I might give them a go. I wouldn't use that and that in the same wash. What I won't do is, these won't be going on my sheets. I want my sheets to smell of line drying. Okay, so it's a tight squeeze in here, but yeah, I've got the 2 main shelves in here, and then this shelf. This is my project today, to get this everything tidy and organised. This is bulbs that have been left. There's so many different lights and bulbs in this place. I hate the red plastic box, and it's broken and chipped, so that will be decanted. Actually, I've got a basket here, which may, oh, hold on, sorry, that similar, is it a similar size? That may suffice. Also, what I was thinking, what's in the basket, Vivi? Oh, this is also a charity shop find. A little pair of doorknobs, they're really heavy, ceramic, in this lovely sort of pale powder blue. £2.50. £2.50 I paid for those. And I think they retail, it's from Zara Home. I think they retail about 14 quid. I thought I'm bound to have a cupboard, a wardrobe, something somewhere that needs pretty knobs. So I've had those for about 12 months. I had a little bit of my wardrobe in London at the back that was a sort of box of stuff that's for my new home, which I don't know where it's going to be. Right, I've got a couple of hooks here. I've got my old French chickens, and then I've got this one. And what I'm thinking is, hello kitchen, putting one up here, or maybe the chickens, and then I've got a place I can hang. Let me give you an idea where I've just done that. Next to the place to hang all my cotton bags or my shopping bags. One of my railway signs, that's going to go up in here. Platform 1, of course it's platform 1. Anyway, I won't go on about this too much because this is what I'm going to get on with today, and then I might show you as I'm doing it. I might just get on with it. Right, we now have clear passage through the kitchen. No more boxes, woo! So that's the fridge freezer in situ. Hang on, I've got to come a long way back. It's a large item. Obviously, I measured very carefully. I forgot to measure the height though. And look, it's just in there. Oh, thank goodness. So don't be, it's quite a big one. I think it's 275 litres. So that, yeah, that's going to do me. It's a 50-50. I went with 50-50 in the end. I thought that's done me fine in my old flat for the last few months without having an allotment. 50-50 was fine. So yeah, you can see. Oh, I've left the. Oh, that's good actually. It can remind me. I've left the. I don't know whether to call it pantry. It's more like a pantry than a utility. I've left the utility light on. Let's just pop that off. Back round we come. Yeah, so obviously I've unpacked everything now, and I just need the time and energy to get on with putting things away, finding homes for everything. So all my pans, there's my poacher, my grand's poacher, my porridge pot. The hole in the handle of my porridge pot isn't quite big enough to hang properly. Anyway, it's there. Getting used to the ceramic hob, it's weird. Yeah, I need to have a massive session in the kitchen. That, by the way, that is the entirety of the rubbish created from this move. Not bad. As in, landfill, can't do anything with it. Yeah, plans for all of this. I will, obviously, I will show you as I go with the kitchen. It looks like so that's all my sort of mixers, blenders, gadgets under there. I think I've found a home for them. That's all my bits and bobs of china, my old china. Oh, I love my little blue bits. And look, my little salt pot, Core Castle. Of course, the jug is Westgate. That was Auntie Teapot's place. So this all needs, I'm hoping that basically all of my crockery will fit into here somehow. This is not staged. This is not how things are necessarily going to be. This was literally just putting stuff on the shelves as things got unwrapped. It took hours to unwrap every single plate and cup and glass. So yeah, that's all just literally dumped there for now. That's not how it's necessarily going to be. And also I've put all my pictures up. So in here I've got the Vacances Monsieur Hulot. I thought, yeah, I feel like I'm on holiday in this kitchen. Why not? But they're not all the pictures that are up and around. They're not necessarily in the right place or at the right height. I've literally just used the hooks and nails that were left behind by the previous owner. But I think actually that is pretty much the right place. It's a big chunk of wall. It needs a big image. What else was there? Ah, yes, so what I am finding is, I've written here to remind me, so too low. This counter is too, we can't get a cent. I don't know if we can get, I'm going to tip you upside down now. So that is my hip. Look, it's weird, it's so weird. And also with the hob, because obviously when you cook on gas, you've got a bit of height where the burner is, and then you've got a bit more height where you've got your grill over the top of the burner to put your thing on. Plus the fact that I have my kitchen in London built purposely higher because I'm tall. This is really, really low for me. Will I manage? We'll see. We'll see as time goes on. It's just really, really weird. Yeah, it's too low. It's too low. Is it going to give me backache? That's what I'm going to check out over the next, months, couple of years, because this is further down the line. But if it's going to make my back hurt every time I'm in here, then it is worth doing. No change in the look except, yeah, my Everest has ended up in here, but again, it's just because of where the old hook was. And this one, do you remember from my shed? Yep, that's going to go up in here on the back of the door. So anyone who's sitting on the loo gets a reminder. Cupboard is now full, absolutely full to the brim, but mostly with the cardboard. It's going to take me a month of Sundays to get rid of this. I should ask my neighbours the other up the street, because they've got an allotment. Would they like any of it? Would any of their allotment neighbours like any? And yeah, I've packed it out. This is some of the paper. That's about a third of the paper from the move that I will reuse in my packaging. And then it goes on and on and on and on and on. My iron up there. I can't see myself doing any sewing for a little while. Right, nearly done. Oh, hold on. I'm a bit stiff this morning. So yeah, the hallway mirror needs putting on there. Just popping into the bedroom. It's, yeah, not much done in here other than just, tarting and tidying. I've just put some fabric over the front of all my clothes just to make it a bit neater. So it's, a bit of dust proofing. Actually, it's still really lovely and light in here despite the fact that the blinds are closed. My window seat, I decided on a more practical use. My blanket box can be a seat. And instead, I've got on here this is my little tranche of next to read books. These are my next books to read. Obviously, the bookend is a beautiful big stone that's from Holy Island. Yeah, so that's my next in line to read. And then on the other side, these are all my swimming books. And then I thought, well, if I'm ever so exhausted I can't get out of bed, or I'm ill and I can't get out of bed, I can just reach for a swimming book and read about swimming rather than be down on the beach swimming. Which will be, let's see, I still haven't quite worked out yet in terms of with the light how, yeah, just we get we're too much into cinema, aren't we? Oh, and yes, in here the pictures. So that's my that's where I broke my wrist. That's the ledge at the end of Seacombe Bottom that you approach from the village of Worth Matravers. And this is too low at the moment. That's my lovely 1670 this map was, I think, of Dorset, but showing in particular Purbeck. I have looked, this used to hang in the bathroom opposite my loo, so every time I sat on the loo, had a wee, this was what I was looking at for the last 21 years. And then that won't stay there. That's the one, that the beautiful needlepoint my sister made for me, because there's going to be a wardrobe there. That one is going to come to this wall. Actually, let me come this way. Yeah, it's going to go there. I'm kind of getting used to the idea that my fabric, so that's all been unpacked again, and all the CDs at the bottom. all the boxes on the top, they won't stay there, but until the shelves are built in the living room, there's nowhere for them. But I'm already used to the fact that I sleep next to all my fabrics, which is basically represents work. But yes, it feels, it already feels like a really tranquil space. I'm sleeping better than ever. I still wake up in the night, but not as much as I had been doing before. And yeah, I think it's all starting to, well, when you consider that I don't have any furniture yet, I think it's starting to look lovely. It's starting to look like me and starting to feel like, well, it felt like home the minute I walked in. And finally, wow, look at the light in here, even with the blinds closed. So a bit more of a sort out in here. That's now all my books opened up, checked, repacked, some hoiked out. You've seen they're in the bedroom. They're as neat and tidy as can be. That's shop stock. I wanted to get everything away from the radiator because it's been cold for a couple of nights. I can't work with this radiator. I can't get it turned on. I don't know why. That basket is there. That's for a little dumping ground if there are things to go to the kitchen. Just put them in there and then take them later. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this rad. I can't get it turned on. Never mind. But otherwise, yeah, now there are no, apart from the books, there are no boxes in here. It's all otherwise unpacked. Yeah, see, no boxes, yay! Oh, look, the flowers are still going beautifully for me. Oh, I can't remember whether you've seen, so yeah, the grandfather clock is now in that corner. Getting the grandfather clock going again is going to come much later down the line. I've got so much else to do, but it's nice. I think that corner is rather nice. The new sofa is a bit longer. Let me step right back. So the new sofa will go almost to the edge of that table, just a little bit. It's such a saggy old sofa. It still does the job. And yes, this beautiful light every day, which, let me see if I put the camera straight at it. My desk overspill. I need to find a box, maybe, I don't know, something to just tuck things away, those lever arch files. They'll go on a bookcase in here eventually, but it's lovely to have, bits and bobs of cards, and I feel like suddenly all my bits and bobs from London, I love my rocks and my little bird things. Everything suddenly seems to make sense down here, doesn't it? Oh, pretty. Right, hang on a sec. Let's go over here. Let's have a sit. I'm turning you around. Sorry, there's my hand. Oh, I'm still a little bit achy of leg. Much better though. So it's Tuesday morning for me. I keep having to sort of think where I'm at in terms of the time. Friday and Saturday, my knees were agony, screaming at me. Sunday they were still, but by yesterday things were calming down, and I was, just getting on with things. So there's a little bit of residual in them. There is every day. Anyway, sorry, I'm waffling now. So there we go. That's where I'm up to on Tuesday morning, having moved in here Friday. Well, by the time the removals men went, before I did anything, it was Friday lunchtime. I think that's pretty good, isn't it, in 3.5 days on my own? Put it this way, I'm pleased with it so far. So the next jobs are the utility room, the kitchen. I'm actually going to go out now and do some shopping. I might share that with you, because obviously my shopping down here, I might leave that till another day. But my shopping down here is going to be quite different. Either way, there's plenty more to come from the cottage by the sea. The life by the sea, the nice, simple life. And at some point it will slow down as well. But, I know there are people who'd be like, oh, take your time, unpack, just unpack one box each day, you'll get there. It's like, nah, I can't live with that kind of chaos. I have OCD. Boxes represent chaos. I need to be unpacked. I need a place for everything, and everything needs to go into its place. Anyway, each to their own. Each like, look at those flowers, aren't they lovely? Each to their own. All right, lovelies, I'll see you really soon. Until then, please look after yourselves. For now, though, cheerio.